Good morning. Today is our practical lesson number 5. I share my screen with our distance course on the platform of Moodle. And we could see that we have task 3.1 today. On the previous task, we calculated all about a special method to choose part firms or company for delivery our products. It was simple method, but very useful when we have some characteristics of different companies for delivery, and we could use such special rating systems and find how we could understand which company is better for us, and we have some criteria and other information. Today we will start calculation of customs payment for the movement of goods by subject of foreign economic activity. When we buy some products, we have information in our table. It is, for example, laser jacket. It is, for example, air conditioners, laptops, and other. So it is products which we could to calculate how many pieces of this type of product we could buy in another country and deliver it to Ukraine, and understand how much cost we need to pay about it. So we could read this information. Companies enter the world market with a desire for market growth, a desire to use cheap and or high quality raw materials, production facilities, and labor. But when conducting international operations, the logistic system of any company becomes absolutely critical. So customs procedures add at least a day to the duration of the functional cycle and usually more. In addition, when engaged in logistics activities in the world market, it is necessary to take into account the payment of due customs duties, which significantly increase the price of a particular imported product when it enters the domestic market of the country. According to the national data in our table 3.1 we used it today, it is necessary to calculate customs duties when importing goods into the territory of Ukraine. So in another foreign country, buy some part of products and we deliver it imported into it to the territory of Ukraine. Let us check the information in our table. We have cargo name for every variant. We have 10 variant from 1 to 10. We have cargo name for every variant, quantity of goods, how many we buy. For example, laser jacket, 200. If we talk about air conditioners, it is 3,000 and other parameters. We have customs value in 1,000 tons by how many hryvnias we need to pay in 1,000 tons of goods. We have special information about persons, how many percent or euro for one pieces we need to pay as mid-rate. We have excise duty rate and special percent. I am not translate here, right? It is about value added tax. About what? It is the same for every variant, 20%. So we start with our formulas and we'll come back every time for this table. Customs clearance of goods and their passage can be carried out only after payment of the total amount. TA, we use a special abbreviation in our calculations, in our formulas of customs payment. So we need to find this total amount payment for customs, and after each, our goods could be delivered, could be imported to Ukraine. So before this payment, we couldn't did it. All payments are converted into national currency at the official NBU exchange rate. So if we delivered our products into Ukraine, so we need to calculate everything in hryvnias. If we deliver it, for example, in other country, for example, in Poland, we need to calculate all in the money of this country. So in zloty, we need to calculate it. So we change it. This process, and in every time we need to remember that we calculated all in special values system of this country, which when we imported these products. First formula, it is the main formula, and we will do it at last because we couldn't do it now because we don't know duty, we don't know other information. So we start with formula 3.2 and 3.3. We need to check this information. The duty is collected for the movement of goods across the customs border. The following type of duty are applied in Ukraine, and we could see it in special adding information, and we have ad valorem duty and specific duty. When calculation customs payment, the combined duty should be taken. So we have three type of duty. I open our table and we come back to this formula. It is our reference information, these types of duty when moving goods across the customs border. So we have three type of duty. Three type of duty. It is ad valorem duty, specific, and combined. Every this duty calculated by special formulas. So we have for calculation two type of duty. It is ad valorem and specific. And after this calculation, we need to choose which of this duty is much expensive, much expensive for company, and we need to change it as combined duty. We need to change maximum from ad valorem and specific. So we need to pay more, not less. We need to pay more. So ad valorem duty, it is accrued as a percentage of customs value, and it depends from CV, I change by the first letter, and CD. We could to check what it means. So under this formula 3.3, we could check that CV, it is customs value of goods in hryvnias, and CD, it is special meter batch. So we could find this information in our table. And the next, we could calculate a specific duty when we use number of units of goods and special meter batch system. So let us calculate it and choose which of this duty will be more. And we change it for our next calculation, and we will write only duty without any index. It will be for our next calculation. Okay, write please on your paper or in your electronic documents D. We calculated formula 3.2. D with index A is equal to, and we need to find these parameters as customs value of goods. Let us find it here. And we already could see it. It is 1, 2, 3, fourth line of our table 3.1. You could see it is customs value, 1,000 ton hryvnias. We could write this information. For first variance, it is 100. For second variance, it is 6,000. For third variance, it is 600. And other information for your variance, please choose this parameter. And next parameters, we need to multiply it it on mid rate. For ad valorem duty, mid rate we use in percent. So we need to multiply this customs value on special percent. For example, for first variance it is 5%, for second it is 7%, for third also 5%, only upper meaning of these parameters. But we couldn't, you remember that we couldn't multiply it on percent. We need to multiply it on special parameters when we divided this parameter in percent divided by 100, and we have, for example, for first variant multiplied on 0.05. For second variant, we multiplied by 0.07, and for other variants, the same situation when we divided this meaning in percent by 100. Please digit and calculate. It is all. We have two parameters. We need to multiply two parameter customs value multiplied by mid rate, but not in percent, in special pieces when we divided it on 100. It is will be our ad valorem duty, and we have the result in hryvnias and leave 2 point after comma. It enough. Okay, the next our type of duty, it is specific duty. It is formula 3.3, and we write D, big D with index S, specific.
I have a
Yes, question.
question.
Okay, yes.
Uh, we need multiply CV in this
Percent. Yes,
percent
percent.
at
Mid rate in percent.
at all, yeah?
Yes, it is all. Only two parameters.
Ah, okay.
We could check it here for formula 3.2. Only two parameters.
We have custom value in 1,000 tons.
Yes, but it is a value of goods, and the result we have in hryvnias. It is some specific parameters, but it is money. How much money we need to pay by this value. We calculated the result of ad valorem duty, and we start to calculate its specific duty. Okay, our specific duty D with index S is equal to, and we have also two parameters. It is H, it is number of unit of goods, how many we, for example, buy laser jacket or air conditioners and other products, how many we buy it in pieces, and multiplied on the same parameter meter bed, but we used in other this configuration, not in percent, in other parameters. I open our table. So parameter H, it is the quantity of goods. For example, for first variance, it is 200 laser jacket. For second variance, it is 6,000 air conditioner, or sorry, 3,000 air conditioners and other. So please find for your variant how much pieces of goods you buy in another country, and write this parameter in your formula, in your calculation. Okay, and multiplied these parameters on mid-rate. Also, we used three lines for, yes, 1, 2, 3. Phrase line from the end when we could find mid-rate, but not in percent. We don't use now upper parameters. We use in euro, how much euro for one pieces we need to pay on the duty. For example, for first variant, it will be 0.5 euro for one pieces. For second variant, it will be 3 euro for one pieces and other information for other variants. Please choose your meaning and multiply these two parameters. For example, for first variance, it will be 200 multiplied on 0.5. And the result we will have in euro in this formula. So we need to use today meaning how much now costs 1 euro in hryvnias, because we need to calculate everything in the value of country when we deliver these products, so in hryvnias. Okay, we find this information. You could calculate in euro now. Okay, so on today by special information, we have a special, okay, by euro. It is 44.56 hryvnias by 1 euro. I write this information in chart and you could use it for calculation. 44.56. Yes, 56. So we need to multiply our result of our calculation on this meaning how much cost 1 euro in hryvnias and have the result in hryvnias. We also leave 2 points after comma, it will be enough. Okay, calculated it. And now I come back to our table G.1 and we remember that we calculated two types of duty, ad valorem and specific, and now we need to find combined duty as maximum from ad valorem and specific. Which of this duty
I have
is
a question.
Okay.
Maybe I don't understand when we calculate the first duty, advan duty.
Yes.
We multiply parameter CV.
Yes.
Uh,
On the meaning.
we
Yes, I
have this
opened.
parameter in 1,000 tons. I multiply, I have 6 variant. If I multiply
Okay.
900
100. Yes.
by mid rate 0.05, I have
Yes.
only 45 hryvnia.
Yes,
I
yes.
understand. I could calculate. It's wrong because I think we can.
Yes, because we
must
used
calculate.
not tons. Yes, not tons.
Yeah.
We have this parameter in thousand, but not tons in hryvnias. It mistakes here. Yes, I'm not.
Yes. When
Mhm.
I calculate the specific duty, I have.
Yes.
I have.
For 6 variants, it will be
Yes.
1,500.
I have 53,000 hryvnias.
Yes. So result.
And I think the ad valorem duty wrong. I calculate wrong because
Yes, you
вона
could
повинна бути
multiply it.
45 тисяч.
Yes, you could multiply the result of ad valorem duty by 1,000. By 1,000, but not tons here, it is only in hryvnias. So we hryvnias
In
find
гривнах.
percent from hryvnias meaning, yes, yes. Okay.
Окей.
But for every variant in these parameters, specific duty will be much more than ad valorem duty. So you could check in your variant and find and try the D only duty is equal and the result, for example. Okay. And for next calculation, we already used this G parameter, so maximum of this type of duty. So we check three parameters. No, remember that we have three parameters, three types of duty, and first and second we calculated, and the last we need to choose what we used for next calculations. Okay, we come back to our formula. So we calculated each. We find parameter D, parameter duty for our first formula 3.1, and we need to calculate next parameters and after it come back to our first formula. So next parameter, it is about AD 3.4. We already could calculated it. What about this information? Let us check it here. Customs duties are additional fees levied on goods for services provided by customs. For example, execution of documents for goods. The rate of customs duties for customs clearance of goods and other items depend on their customs value, of course, and we used this table for our next formulas table G.2. Excise duty is an indirect tax of customers of certain high liquid goods different by law as excisable. Excise duty is changed as a percentage of customs value. So we could write now that AG, it is excise duty, but we use this configuration, it is not very important. Important is equal to, and we use the same parameter CV, we already used it, it is our custom value of goods in hryvnias. We use the same parameter CV and multiplied it by special excise duty rate. And we could find it in our table G.2. I come back to our CV parameter in our table you could choose here. It is our customs value in 1,000 hryvnias, sorry, not in tons. We could write these parameters then. And now I open our table. I think you remember already because you used these parameters. Customs value of goods, and we open table G.2. Please look here. First column, it is customs value of goods in euros. So how many goods we buy in euros? This is additional information in euros, so we could use the another information. We need our CV in 1,000 hryvnias. We need divided by our course of euro in our chart box. So we need divided these parameters on 44.56 hryvnias on 1 euro and find this information in euro and choose need we pay for this in these parameters or no. For example, if we have it is up to 200 euros, it is not going to, so we don't need to pay customs duty. If we use it from 200 to 2,000 euro, we need to pay only 5 euros. Yeah, and we have more, we need to pay 0.2%. Okay, please find your CV in euros.
I don't understand which parameter we have divided by euro.
The customs value of goods, our CV.
Custom value? CV?
Yes. Yes. No, we choose, yes, it is CV. CV here,
Okay.
and use
Okay.
just custom value of goods in hryvnias. I opens on our table 3.1. It is our fourth line in our table. So for your 6 variants, it will be 900,000 hryvnias, and you divided this by our course and find in euros. Okay, I come back to our table 3.2, and you could choose need we pay something or no?
If I have more than 20,000 euros, I
So
need,
2,000, 2,000, more than 2,000, yes?
yes,
Mhm.
what need I do?
You need to find how it will be 0.2% of this your sums that you have, but it will be not more than 100 euros. So you need to multiply your sums in euros, which you find, multiplied by 0.2. So you need to find 0.2% from these sums and check it will be more than 1,000. If it will be more, so we give 1,000 euros. If it will be less, so we used the sums, what you find. So the result here, your sums that is more than 2,000 euros, you need to multiply it on 0.2%, but not percent, remember, we used divided it on 100. So multiply it on 0.002. Yes. Find.
I have 9,425, and I multiply 0.002, and I
Yes.
have 18 euro.
Oh, okay. So you used 18 euro. It is less than 1,000. You write this information somewhere for you. Okay, and we come back to our formulas. So we find, okay, it is our customs duties. Sorry, it is not for our formulas. We need this second parameters, formula 3.1. We find D as duty, we calculated it, and now we find second parameter CD. It is customs duties. Need we pay this CD or no? So, for example, Mikita calculated that it will be 19 euros. It is our customs duties. So, right, please, CD is equal, for example, 19 euros, and find these sums in hryvnias. So, we need 19 euros, for example, multiplied on the course of euros, so multiplied on 44.9, what we find, 56, and find the result in hryvnias. So everything we calculated in hryvnias. Okay. And our next parameters, we will be find AG. It is excise duty. so many parameters for calculation. Okay, simplified, and we find AG, it is formula 3.4. We already started to do it, yes, but use table G.2. Okay, AG is equal to, AG, it is excise duty, is equal to our CV we used in hryvnias, the same parameter CV, which we used before, and multiplied by excise duty rate. Excise duty rate we find in our table 3.1. It is second line from the end. For example, for first variance, it is 3%. For sixth variance, for example, it is the same 3%. So we multiplied our customs value. For example, for sixth variance, I will be checked it, yes. Customs value is 900,000 multiplied on 0.3. Because we don't multiply it on percent, we multiply it on pieces, part of this. And write is equal to and find the result in hryvnias. Multiplied it or your variant. Our time is less than 1 minute and we need to calculate two formulas. So I think I stop sharing and we finished on the next part of our lessons.